Right, that should sort all the lot, and then we are live, because it's that time. It's that time again, indeed. So, welcome everyone to my live stream. Welcome to the channel. My name's Danny C. Let's get down to business, shall we? I hope everyone's doing good, and I hope everyone is well. So, this is round 2 of the CC Sim Racing Renault Clio Cup Championship, and we go again, business as usual. So, I'm just going to quickly run down of first things first. So, what's going to be happening in terms of how this procedure is going to pan out for this race meeting is that there's going to be a one-shot qualifying, of course. One-shot qualifying, obviously, to get a best result and best lap you possibly can. And then once we've got that qualifying lap over done with, then there's an 8-lap sprint with no time where no fuel consumption rating in there also. Other than that, we've also got race 2 that is going to be over at Lago Maggiore. So obviously we're going to be starting off at Monza, one of the most familiar tracks on the of the world. And we're also got Lago Maggiore, and then wherever we finish in the top 5 will be in reverse order. Say, for example, first place driver gets to start at 5th in that group. Right at the back at the those who finish outside of the top 5. So it's going to be a little bit complex, and but it should be straightforward as we go along. Welcome along, Mr. Morris. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate the good luck message. I hope you're well, and appreciate you stopping by also. So in terms of the championship, so last time out at round 1, we've got Butler, who's leading the championship by 38 points. And then we've got Nebath and myself, who are sharing second place on 35 points. Swifty in 4th with 34 points. Marty in 5th with 32 points. Dave in 6th with 30 points. So obviously there's still a lot to play for, I'm sure of that. So we're going to crack on with the task in hand. So we're just going to get some practice. Have got some practice under the belt? Other than that, we shall go again once more. Thank you, Annabelle. I appreciate the good luck message too. Hope you're doing good as well. So after the last car has gone around for the only one shot of qualifying, then therefore that we just had to sort it out in terms of where we need to start. Based on the recent announcement, in order to make things much more simpler, where first place you start at 5th, and then second place you start at 4th, third place you start 3rd, and then 4th place gets you 2nd, and 5th place gets you 1st in that particular group. And that's only for the top 5 for those. That's only for the top 5. There's no qualifying for those who finish in the top 5, and that means that we're going to have to start at the back, but in that particular group of order. So we've got upper letting them by. So just getting the tyres and brakes warmed up. So what's the benchmark for this track? So we've got Nebath, who's done a 1:59.1. So let's see what we can do from there. got a bit late on the brakes there. We're just well, multitasking, but don't what I've been doing. Well, I was just looking at well, the other screen, and then obviously just needed to keep it on the track. Luckily, I have done. So just not like a lot of things that I had to do before I get going. So it just gives you guys well, the perspective on what's it like to want to compete in the League Racing Championship, which I am doing. So obviously, for those who don't know CC Sim Racing, they are a league racing organisation. For those who'd like to go and check them out on YouTube and across the socials. So this is what they've got running at the minute, which is the Renault Clio Cup. So have we done their league racing championships before? So continuing to this day to deliver results, depending what results can I achieve. So looking on the last race of in race 2, felt like the pace was there, so it was just a case of keeping my nose clean as the qualifying's about to get underway. So good luck, everyone. Well, it's a lot can happen, I'm sure of that, so I'm just letting these people by. Obviously, because originally there was a 3-minute qualifying, which obviously is a proper one-shot quali. But then, of course, with it being a slightly longer circuit, therefore, we want to be sure that we get to the line in peace. So just getting the tyres and brakes warmed up nicely. Brake balance 5 to the rear. Well, a lot can happen, Alex. A lot can happen, so... Here we go. Through this scary chicane. Last one out. Let's get the lap together for what is going to be my one shot. Beautiful lines there. Just need to put it together on the last lap. Last bit of the lap. Not quite in the apex, but just hugging it in best I can. Swifty's on pole. Oh! Front row. It'll have to do. Just gonna quickly go to the toilet, but things could change. So I kept it all simple, so I'm gonna be right back. And I'm back. And I'm back. Welcome on, Daz. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're well. Yep. I felt like another 10 for 2 was there. It's just that last corner, or just a bit more finesse that I could have done in some parts of the track. But we're on the front row, so kept everything pointing in the sort of direction. But and because I'm in a good position to be in the front row, no matter where I'm starting, just need to get the good start, get the braking together in the turn 1 and 2, and then we crack on with the 8 lap sprint to what's going to be the temple of speed. The temple of speed, well, going through the straight line and the chicanes. And so congratulations to Swifty on the pole position. Thanks, Marty. Well, gotta give credit to both of us for being in the low 1:59s. So obviously the race is about to start. Let's get down to business and do the talking on the track. And good luck. Let's do this. on, lads, go for it. I don't know whether it's just I turned in there too much, which led to that. Just need to look at the replay when I can. Oh crap, I got hit. I felt something on my rear, but then obviously somehow escaped that one. And then we're starting to see shift of momentum. Butler's gone wide, so that's a lap time deleted. Our audio's going to give him a nudge also, so I just need to stick within the slip if I can. Piling the pressure on these two now. So we are within striking distance, not just for third place, but for second. Glowing sits the fastest lap. You want to have that the place, you can do, mate. I'm just tucked back in. So that sorts it out. After what was a first lap concertina effect between myself and Glowing. Oh. Oh. So I've got a nice bit of a gap on front, so I can get the fastest lap if I can, which means a couple of extra points. I've got Ryan behind me as well. Need to get a nudge if possible from Rhino. No, he's going for the overtake, but I've just got that little bit of a slip also. I just need to flick on the camera a little bit. Got 3 people in the battle for P2. Lloyd's gone wide. To that. Oh. Bit of a nudge from my backside. Got audio muted. Got a bit heated there. So we've got the French driver right in there too. Need that slip if I can, to try and get P4. So there's 2 laps left. It's more like it. More bloody like it. And then we've got Glowing and Butler on the battle for P2. Oh, brakes have faded a little bit. That's left me to, yeah. Just need to stay with me this lap. You stay with me this lap. Oh. Baby. Ah, not the end of the world because What that means is, because I just missed out the top 5, I'm gonna have to do qualifying again, and won't be on the I won't be at the start of the back. So there is another opportunity. So Swifty takes the win, and Butler gets second. So I've got the replays if you want them, and we've got. Oh, just need to do this first. So just had to clip it well for obvious reasons. The last three minutes of gameplay. But yeah, not been the sort of race, although it's been tough, having started in second and then dropped down to 6 after a bit of a concertina threat. But it's one of them things where we just had to choose to fight for another day. But yep, spare a moment to congratulate Swifty, Butler, and going. Well, if I can find them. And that, of course, why I've spared a moment to congratulate Ryan, because it was just the millimeters. In fact, yeah, just 7,000s between myself, Rhino, and that. Yeah, this is the thing. But there's no point to stressing about it too much, because obviously that means I get to do the qualifying, and therefore I'll be starting further ahead of those who are finished in the top 5 in the race one, and therefore that won't have to do the qualifying also. So what that means is that Swifty starts at P14, then Butler in 13th, Glowing in 12th, Nabath in 12th. We've got Rhino in 11th for the next one. So this is what's going to be happening also. And then in terms of the points, what that means is I get 14 points for 6th place. So but in terms of the fastest lap, we'll go down to see what goes up behind the scenes. Just look at the replays and go through every lap and every person, and therefore just to see whether they managed to do the clean lap legitimately. So anyone watching at the background, welcome in. And if you're liking the content of what I'm doing, hit the like button and subscribe if you are new. And welcome to the new subscribers as well, for those who are just tuning in as well. And if you don't know, get to know. I do open lobbies normally on Tuesday evenings in any category I throw out. Obviously, I also do the league race adventures, whether it's the Renault Clio Cups, for example, as well as the GT World Series. and also do the some of the daily races. And that was just over the white line there. So qualifying should begin very shortly. So, well, I'm just going around in circles just to get as many practice laps in as possible. And this is a good thing I've done for what I've done behind the scenes. Just enough practice on the board in case if I have a bad race in Monza, which it was, based on results. But still collecting points as you go along. So I'm getting a little quicker as I'm going along. Thank you for letting me by. Thank you, buddy. starting to feel the flow with this track. Just chipping away bit by bit. So I got glowing, just chilling on the runoff area. So Petty's the one to watch out for in the Renault. Obviously, when I say Renault, this is the Renault Clio Cup Championship, all one make series. For those who don't know. So got audio muted up ahead. Right, so we're just about to get to qualifying underway. So just part right next to, well, going to be into the qualifying session. So no qualifying for the top 5 who finished those who finished in the top 5 in race 1. So obviously this is damage limitations for this one. Let's go. Here we go. One shot quality, let's do this. Let's put it right this time. Rhino was 5th. Looking good. Right up to the wall as close as possible. What's that going to be? Oh, that is beautiful. Put it right this time, didn't I? A 25-1. Beautiful. And see if everybody's coming into the pits. Right then, mate. Top of the tater to you. Okay, so this is something a little different I'm gonna to deal with. Quickly going for a toilet break if I can. So I'll be 2 secs. Well, thanks. GG's. I'm back. So, yeah, Swifty in. Where's Swifty? Okay, so we've got myself on pole and nearly half a second ahead of my nearest opponent. So, well, it's easier said than done. Though you just finish in the ahead of the group. In the particular order, as in like first, fifth, second, fourth, third, fourth, second, fifth, first. That's the way to do it. So. It's just that even I've missed out to the top 5 by 7 thousandths of a second. It makes no odds to me because I've managed to get the qualifying done and got the pole position and a bonus point or 2 for pole position. Anyway, I've got some talking on the track to do, so good luck everyone. Let's do this for race 2 in round 2. cold tyres or brakes. Bear that in mind. So building up a bit of a gap now. So how is everybody who's at the back doing? We've got Glowing in 7th. So yet to see Butler and Swifty and Rhino in the top 8 somewhere, but unless they had an episode of their own, which I'm not really aware of. There you are. I'm just controlling the controllables, and that's all I'm doing. Just keeping the consistency as best I can. Equipment malfunction. So that's what's happening with Proper Brew. Sorry to hear that, mate. Not what you want whilst you're in the league race championship. So we have got a car, which it's not often that I'm about to lap somebody. Not often you see that, unless they had a bad race or an accident. I'm not too sure. Unless if it's that person who I thought it is, who was having a equipment malfunction a moment or so ago. Just need to pick up the pace a little bit, having took it a bit cautiously. So Petty's on a mission by the looks of things. Keep it within the white line, only just. Oh, just a bit deep. Just those 3 laps to go now. Last 2 laps are going to be intense. Just need to have some legs. Going into the last lap now. Lead me to it. Just enough. Oh. Yeah, it was one of them things. Just done everything right until that happened, but well, Well done, everyone. Well, for some that had a bad race or tried too hard. Yeah. 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 This is what I felt also when obviously you would expect you would expect somebody to give way, and then this happened. But so I just need to save the replay and then do that once more. Welcome along, Stampy. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're well. Appreciate the GGs as well. Obviously, as you just saw there, that was just desperate towards the end. Had everything under control, and that happened. But so obviously, I don't know like what the outcome's going to be. So because I can't celebrate it like that just yet, because it's just one of them things that will be looked at behind the scenes. So. But what that means as well is that Glowing, who started at the back, ended up in 6th. We've got Butler, who started at the back, finished in 7th. We've got Swifty, who started last, who also finished 8th. And then we've got Rhino, who didn't make any progress, as he obviously finished 12th. And then we've got, trying to think who else was in the top 5, and yeah. Well, you can say it's a good race. It was a good race until you took a dive bomb, which I thought just let what the stewards had to say, because it's just it was a push to pass on that one from my taking. But yeah, so I'm just gonna have to look back at and just let them decide what the outcome's going to be. And then as for the behind the scenes kind of stuff, that the replays will be looked at also, and therefore that we'll just get the replays are looked well. Obviously, it's for them to look at see if there's anybody been exceeding track limits and so on. If there's any fastest laps be taken into account, and then which will take very much the whole week, something like that, or maybe at some point of the week we'll get the better answer as to who's got the fastest lap without exceeding the track limits, or so, that sort of thing. So. So we'll open the tickets. So we've got a 5-star roulette ticket. What am I going to win? I'll take that. I'll take that. A racing silencer from a 4-star roulette ticket. So, well, we got there in the end. So that is round 2 of the Renault Clio Cup with races at Monza and Lago Maggiore. So obviously how it started and how it finished. Obviously started in the front row in P2 and then dropped down to 6, where there was a bit of a concertina effect with some. Was the battling for slipstream or so and so, but having missed out the top 5, which left me the opportunity to go for the qualifying, get it on pole, and had everything under control to the best I can. all of a sudden that I felt that the pace has dropped to just a little bit from my side. Although that as the track was getting better in terms of the evolution, the track evolution, and so. Other than that, it was damage limitations. So obviously, looking like the win was there, but then all of a sudden that it looked like a dive bomber from my perspective. But I don't want to be dwelling on that too much because, however, things like that will be dealt with behind the scenes, which is the last thing that we all wanted to happen. So we live to fight for another day. Although I do feel that I've may have stayed on the similar amount of points as my championship rivals, but or maybe just made up one place or so in the drivers' championship. But things can change pretty quickly. But so. Next time I'll be live is on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, approximately 6:50 UK time, or maybe 6:30 UK time for when the lobby opens, and then the stream will be live a few minutes before. So obviously, and we are in the GR1s for this one, and for the rest of the week as well. We've got the Manufacturers Cup, which is taking place on Wednesday and Saturday. So I'll be streaming from my perspective too. So, yeah. Other than that, we shall get on with the next one. As we're off to for the Renault Clio Cup. So we're off to Brands Hatch, both in the GP layout and the Indy circuit. So that's what's going to be. So that is very much. So that is every Monday live up until 2nd of March for the Renault Clio Cup. So obviously that. There's still some more points in the world to be played for, but it's just a case of keeping it to one race as it comes, because things could change quickly. You know what I mean? But it's been up and down, but we got there. So anybody liking the content of what I'm doing, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. Other than that, I'm gonna have to cut short, boys and girls, and thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time and efforts, and leaving in likes and some of the comments in the chat and so. Other than that, that is the evening done. So thank you, Stampy. Appreciate your time, and I'll catch you soon. Anyhow, have a great evening, great afternoon, a great morning, wherever you are, whatever you're up to, and I hope to see you all again soon. And I can't post anything just yet until, I just get the the post race penalties that I applied to so. But so bear with me on that, please. Okay, and thank you for your understanding as well. So have a great one all, and best of wishes to you all. And for myself, Danny C, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care all, and bye bye.